You're watching Troy Community Television on demand. I'm David Denoyer coming to you from the Hobart Arena, which has currently been under renovation for about the last 3 to 4 months. And we've been doing these updates with you. And, another month has passed, and we're back with arena manager Ken Siler. Ken, how you doing today?
Very good. Yourself?
Doing really good. Not only is there work going on outside that I was amazed about, but we walked up and you had told me about all the work that's going on inside. You know, I passed out on the by the outside, and structures are going up. You can tell a huge difference, but then stepping inside, and man, I mean, you can see there's a lot going on already. So can you give us a little update on, what's happened since we've been gone about the last month?
Yeah, so the last time you were here, we were still really operating as a facility with events, and we had put down the summer ice for about 5 weeks, and we had our last event really prior to the significant demolition that was going to take place here. We had the Troy Skating Club annual competition July 7th through the 10th, and immediately following that event, we removed the ice from the main floor out here behind us, and finished removing all of the equipment and all the items that we store throughout the corridor storage areas, so that they could begin the demolition of the corridor. So within about 3 days of the competition ending, we provided them with the floor to begin their work, and as you can see, they've covered the floor with tongue and groove plywood to protect the floor surface from all of the work that's going to be taking place overhead and on the surface itself. And they're doing a lot of work overhead out here in the main arena. All of the lighting is going to be replaced with LED lights, and they're also replacing the catwalk that provides our staff the opportunity to get access to all of the areas they need to above the main floor. In addition to that, they're going to be adding some steel down on the north end of the floor over what's generally the staging area for larger events, to give us more flexibility for rigging capacity and those type of things. And then the other thing that will happen in the main arena is we'll be adding a new or replacing our scoreboards, which are 20 years old, 21 years old now, with newer technology. That's our scoreboards are so outdated. It's been very difficult to get them repaired the last several times that we've had to make repairs. So generally speaking, in the main arena itself, there won't be a significant amount of change from how it looks. Just several items that really needed to be addressed. Yeah. Probably the biggest difference you'll be able to notice would be potentially the lighting and the scoreboards. Gotcha. And then throughout the corridor, they're really doing significant demo currently to again, make our corridors feel like they're much wider, and so that traffic can kind of flow more freely and better throughout the corridors when we have larger scale events. Yeah. So that's really where they're focusing right now. Obviously, they're still kind of working on the expansion areas with the masons continuing to build walls and those type of things. And I know we'll get some shots of those areas later, but we've given them about a 10-week window to kind of get the majority of this work done over the main floor and throughout the main corridors, so that we can go back down with our ice at the end of September. And then we have a couple, smaller scale type of events when we get to October. So we need to at least have the venue, relatively usable. We obviously know it won't be complete, but at least have the ability to have some events. And we'll start having our normal general ice schedule at that point in time as well, with hockey practices and skating practices and those kind of things. However, at that point, we won't have our new locker rooms available, so we'll make some makeshift locker rooms like we did during the last renovation back in the 90s, with some pipe and drape areas in the corridors just to accommodate them while they're getting prepared to come on and off the ice.
Has the renovations been going smoothly thus far? Have we run into any more complications? I remember when we were talking to Keith in the beginning that there was some issues with the ground outside, but has anything else popped up that was significant?
No, really not terribly significant. Not anything really that has held any of the work up. Gotcha. There's obviously, when you get into construction, there's, particular materials maybe that may take a longer lead time than you had anticipated. I think, for example, the brick that will be going on the outside of the areas that are added onto the building There was a little bit longer lead time with regard to that. I think those are supposed to be delivered, I believe it's within the next 2 weeks. So people will start to see bricks going on to the outside of the block walls that have been built on some of the expanded areas. But all in all, nothing terribly significant. I mean, you run into challenges, and we just work with the contractors and with our architects to get through those. And but to my knowledge, nothing that's held us up significantly. We have a meeting again later on today with the architects and the contractors to get an update on kind of where things are, and we do that every 2 weeks just to kind of make sure everyone's on the same page. And so I'm sure I'll get some updates at that meeting today as to where things stand, but they've not indicated at this point that there's been any significant delays with regard to, where we'll be at the end of the project, so to speak.
Gotcha. And what at this time is the expected completion date? Has it changed at all? Just for anybody who hasn't been around for any of the updates so far, what exactly is the exact date that Hobart is supposed to be done with the renovations?
Well, based on kind of the construction schedule and the breakdown that they give us, it looks like they're targeting sometime in January. Not necessarily a specific date, but that's kind of the window that we're shooting for. So, will there be some small objects that still need to kind of be taken care of following that? I'm sure that'll be the case. And could it roll into February? It may. I hope that it doesn't, and that we're completed, basically on the schedule that they had set out for at the very beginning. But at this point, they've not indicated any significant change to their master schedule of targeting January of 2017.
Very good. Well, that will probably do it for this update. We'll talk to Ken about it in another month, but as you can see, major renovations going on, major changes going on, but it all looks like it's coming together really well. Ken, thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you. We'll see you again in a month.
All right. Thank you.